While cheese may seem like the perfect keto food due to its low carb, moderate protein, and high fat content, including cheese in your keto diet could be keeping you stuck.
Aww.
In fact, if you aren't seeing the progress that you want on keto, blame cheese. Okay, so there could be a plethora of reasons that you might not be getting the results that you want on keto. But in today's video, I'm going to talk about how dairy products like cheese could stall your results. Because that's the topic for today. Okay, now that we got that awkward pause out of the way, be sure to come back every Wednesday for a brand new video so you can learn everything I learned about losing more than 100 pounds. Now let's get back to today's topic, how dairy could be holding back your results and not the other plethora of things that could also be to blame, because none of those are today's video's topic. Reason number 1, dairy could stall your progress. You could be sensitive to the lactose in dairy products. Lactose is a form of sugar present in milk and milk products. Whoa, we're following keto. And rule number 1 of Keto Club is you don't talk about Keto Club.
Please, no! No!
Thanks, Brad Pitt, but no, it's not.
Aww.
Rule number 1 of Keto Club is to avoid excess carbs, especially sugar carbs. If you're overdoing some dairy products that contain high amounts of lactose, you could be getting too many sugar carbs in your keto plan, which could stall your results or maybe even cause weight gain due to rule number 1 of Keto Club, avoiding excess carbs. Some dairy products that are higher in lactose include milk, especially when it's lower in fat, and also yogurt and ice cream. If you're a person who's sensitive to the lactose in dairy, constipation could result. Difficulty losing weight due to continuing to eating a food that's not right for you could be another result. Thankfully, most cheese is lower in lactose, especially natural aged cheeses like cheddar, Parmesan, and Swiss. If you're unsure if a cheese you love is low in lactose, check the label. If the label shows sugar in your chosen cheese, let that cheese stand alone if you're sensitive to lactose. Reason number 2, dairy could stall your progress. You could be sensitive to the proteins in dairy products. There are several different types of proteins found in dairy products, such as whey or casein. Many people have a food sensitivity to these products, but they don't automatically go into anaphylactic shock after consuming them, so they never blame cheese for their issues. If you're having an immune response to a food that you continue to eat daily, this is going to cause inflammation in your body. Keto is so magical because it helps bring inflammation down. Now, hopefully you can figure out how eating a food that's inflammatory for you on keto might work against you. I personally developed a sensitivity to the proteins in dairy, but I never blame cheese, basically because I love it. But also because I didn't go into anaphylactic shock, so how else was I to know that cheese and I just aren't meant to be? Turns out, every time I ate cheese or other products that contain protein, my body attempted to fight off the evil cheese invader. In turn, my nose got stuffy or began running like a faucet. If I kept eating dairy, my runny nose quickly turned into a sore throat. When I'd eat ice cream in order to soothe my sore throat, I'd get even sicker because dairy was the entire reason my body was causing this immune response in the first place. Only I had no idea because I didn't go into anaphylactic shock after eating dairy. Thankfully, I figured out that cheese and I just don't see eye to eye. I've had to severely reduce my intake of dairy while on keto. In turn, I've seen much bigger keto results, and I no longer get endless sore throats, nor do I go through an entire box of tissues in only one day. Reason number 3, dairy could stall your progress. You could be sensitive to the proteins in dairy products. Wait, what? Wasn't that reason number 2? Oh, I see you're paying attention. But I have different stuff to say here. While it's true some people can eat all of the protein on keto and never have a second thought, Too much protein on keto can stall other keto dieters completely. This is because while we all need adequate protein to function and feel good, when some people take in excess protein, it can be converted to sugar in the body through a process called gluconeogenesis. Making sugar from protein. I mean, our bodies are truly magical. And while gluconeogenesis is a lifesaver for some, quite literally, because our brains require some carbs to function, too much protein turned into sugar can halt keto results for others. Those who are very insulin resistant and who don't see results with too many carbs on keto should also keep their protein moderate. If you haven't checked a cheese label lately, you should. Many of these have 7 grams of protein or more per 1 ounce serving. If you're loading up on cheese because it's low in carbs, all of that protein could add up and you could be overdoing protein. While too much protein isn't a concern for many keto dieters, if you're in a weight loss stall and you're overdoing the cheese, this might be something you want to moderate better to determine if it's an issue for you. Remember, we're all different and we all need different keto approaches to figure out our ultimate path to keto success. To recap, during this video, you learned 3 reasons dairy could stall results on keto. Number 1, you could be sensitive to lactose in dairy. Number 2, you could be sensitive to protein in dairy. Number 3, you could be sensitive to too much protein in dairy. If you're all riled up because I'm trying to take away your precious melty cheese, tune into this week's Chat the Fat, where I go even deeper into how dairy can affect your keto diet. There are both pluses and minuses to keeping dairy in your keto plan, so be sure to tune in, even if maybe you don't want to know the truth. If you have friends who still think that they must eat cheese in order to find success on keto, be sure to like, comment, and share this video with them. Find the ways that we can connect below, and let's connect. I'll see you next Wednesday to talk even more about food sensitivities and how they could be wreaking havoc on all of your good keto intentions. Because you made it to the end of today's video, I am thankful, and Charlie would like to give you some flowers.